How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or for first timers, welcome. But if you couldn't tell by the news, things are starting to get a little heated up. And I don't just mean the weather. I mean civil war, nuclear fallout, conflict everywhere. And if those things don't end the world, there's gonna be other things that end the world. So let's prepare for the things we can prepare for. We're not gonna really be able to prepare for nuclear fallout. Maybe a meteor comes or a giant comet or something comes in, blasts us off the face of the earth. What are we gonna do in those situations? The one thing we could always prepare for and possibly survive is a zombie apocalypse. Who knows? Who knows? Some other outbreak happens in the year 2025. You ever heard of Black Ops 2? But yeah, today we're gonna figure out if we could survive the zombie apocalypse, because you never know. You never know. I'm gonna put my plan in order. I'm gonna tell BuzzFeed what I think I'm gonna do, and BuzzFeed's gonna tell me if I live or die. Let's get into it. What kind of area would you live in? City, country, small town, or mountain? Okay, if this is asking for like, what kind of area am I gonna be in for the zombie apocalypse? Not like, oh, I wanna like grow up and have a family and get all of my life together and have a job. That's gone. All right, that's gone. There's things roaming around the earth that are attacking and eating people to death. Theoretically, the best place to live would be the country, because there'd be less population there. But that's if you want to be isolated from everybody else as well. I'm looking for help. I'm not going to be able to do this on my own, and I know that. City, we're not even going to talk about the city. Overpopulated. We've already seen episode 1. We don't need to go into why the city's bad. You make one wrong turn, they're all hanging out like it's Coachella, and then you're done. You're not going to outrun them. Mountain's not a bad idea. It's just you're not going to find a lot of food up there. It's going to be pretty cold most of the time, but the cold should technically slow down the zombies maybe if it's freezing temperatures. But a small town is where I'm going to reside. And let me tell you why. I was a small town deli man. Hey, how's it going? Get me a deli sandwich. I'm like, oh, hey, let me get you a deli sandwich. I got you. And they're, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. But maybe I could team up with these people. These are the type of people that I would want on my team. They're friendly. They're probably armed up to the teeth and beyond. Plus, there's a lot of places that would have supplies in a small town, right? Small town sounds like the best idea. I know country is like, oh, not a lot of zombies. Probably see a lot less people. But you'd need a group. You would need a community. You would need it. What would be the most challenging thing for you in your environment? Humidity, rain and thunder, snow, it being foggy. If I chose my small town in Buffalo, it snows. We get at least 5 feet a day for at least 1 or 2 days. But that would kind of help me, right? Would that make them freeze? Because everything freezes. If you're too cold and you freeze, you can't move your joints, which might be really good. I don't know if that would kill them if they need to eat to survive, or if they just keep going and they eat for fun. The snow would go to my advantage at some point. Like, we could start fires, right? We could have a little bonfire to keep us warm. If we had a group of people, we could have people constantly getting out wood. Snow would not be the most challenging thing for me. It would be very helpful. Rain and thunder, it does it very occasionally. Humidity, not a problem here. It being foggy, that would suck. It does get a little foggy, but you'd be able to see. I guess if the power does go out, I'd have to say snow, because, you know, it's gonna be cold. It's really freaking cold here. You need to have a fire. You need to be able to find dry wood to burn. So I'm gonna say snow, even though that would also benefit me as well. Do you have any scavenging and resource skills? Yes, I'm a pro. No, but I can learn along the way. A little bit. I took classes on it. No time for me to panic, scream, and die. If there was a comma there, it would make more sense. Right now, it just says no time for me to panic, scream, and die. There's no comma. Commas are important. There's a comma. No. Time for me to scream, panic, and die. Like I said, I come from redneck upbringings. I know it doesn't look like it. You can't really tell, but I could hunt. I could survive that way. I could scavenge a little bit. Not too much. I'm not a professional at it, but I could learn how to survive. I could learn along the way. That answers the question, doesn't it? Actually, exactly. I'm pretty good here. I have some skills that are beneficial to other people. I may not be as good as some people in the community, but I could still learn and be an asset. So please don't kill me and eat me when we run out of food. Do you have any medical skills? Yes, I work in that field. No, not at all. No, but I watch tons of medical shows. I took a few basic classes in school. Does that count? I only know, I know CPR and I know the Heimlich.
Out of the way, I'm an EMT.
Which is not a bad thing to know, but I don't know how to stitch somebody up properly. I don't know how to like put a leg in a splint, even though it probably sounds basic. You just put it in a splint. My medical skills growing up were I cut myself on something, I take a paper towel, wrap it around my finger, and then tape it. And there it is. It's gonna stop bleeding at some point. Maybe hold it above your head. Squeeze your wrist to stop the blood flow to your hand. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to say no, not at all, because in certain things I can be useful, but not as useful as someone that's actually a doctor. Let's just put it out there. I don't know that much. I took a few classes. Do you have any leadership skills? No, not at all. I follow other people. I can't lead, but I definitely know how to talk to people. I'm a natural born leader. I'm not saying I'm a natural born leader. I wouldn't say that at all. I'm very timid sometimes in leadership positions, but I know how to talk. It's not that I'm not at all. I don't follow other people. If I'm given directions, I'm like, hey, okay, you need help with something, then I'll do it. What you don't need like one leader. You need like a bunch of people, like 3 to 4 people at the top, converging their ideas, having an understanding of each other's ideas, and then the people that are like very afraid to make decisions, they could just help us in whatever we need. We need to start a camp. We need to get shelter. It's gonna snow 5 feet tonight and drop to minus 15 degrees. I'll say I can't leave, but I definitely know how to talk to people. I can talk. Can't you tell? Heartburn, more coffee. How many people would you allow in your group? Just me, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 10 to 15. Now, there's a couple of things you need to consider here. You want to have a group so you can survive, so you can get things done properly, right? But you got to feed all these people. You got to make sure they all stay alive. But in situations like building a camp, getting firewood, collecting food, tending the crops, who knows, maybe we're starting a garden in the spring, you're gonna want a couple of people, a lot more than one, a lot more than just me, a lot more than 3 to 5. You need people protecting the camp, keeping an outlook as well. But you don't want 10 to 15. There's no way. 3 to 5, because that doesn't include me, right? So I'd be 6, or we could do 6 to 8, so I could be 9. I'd say 9 people's great. You have 3 people hunting, 3 people on camp, 3 people watching the camp, I guess. I don't know. Well, we'll have to figure it out when we get there. We haven't drawn it in the sand yet. We don't know. We don't know. We haven't written our plans out yet. I'm gonna say 6 to 8. 6 to 8 is a good number. I'm gonna say 8, so I'd be 9. So we have 3, 3, and 3, or like whatever we divide our team up into, and we'll be able to survive hopefully off of that. Transportation? I'm walking, car, van, or bike. This one's simple. This one's so simple. Everyone's like, oh, I want a car or a van to transport goods. That's fair. I totally get that. I wouldn't want to walk everywhere, but a bike, you don't need gas in it. It's like, oh, well, what if you find a bunch of gas and, you know, you have a reserve for like a couple of years? Gas doesn't last forever. You can't just be holding on to stuff forever. Hate to break it to you. But a bike is quiet. A bike you could get anywhere with. People could do 20 miles on a bike. You could go 20 miles on a bike. That is a far distance to do, but it's not as strenuous as walking the whole time. You could attach a wagon to the back of it or something. 10 out of 10 times, I'm going with a bike. So I'm gonna say, here's a brand new car in the zombie apocalypse, all right? The Toyota Corolla, and I'm still not gonna take it. What kind of bag would you use? Now, this is a great question, because I want a Gucci bag. I want a Louis Vuitton bag. I want the most designer bags. When people come to see me, they're like, damn, this guy's got it figured out. This man is an alpha. This guy is top G. They won't mess with me. Zombie's gonna take one look at my drip and walk away. No, probably not. I'm gonna go with a survival bag. You gotta have a survival bag. A big backpack. The biggest backpack you could find. Well, wouldn't it be too heavy? Doesn't mean you need to fill it all the way. But if you get like a million light things, you just filled a backpack full of band-aids. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I wouldn't say you're gonna want to fill a backpack full of band-aids. You're gonna want the biggest backpack you're probably gonna find. I don't think I said that right. You want the biggest backpack you can find. Choose your mini kit to bring with you. Well, obviously you're gonna want a med kit of some sorts. I love how once a stethoscope with some, what? Aspirins, a World War II med kit, a giant med kit with anything you could possibly need in it, and then what looks to be a camera bag. I'm gonna pick the biggest friggin' med kit that I could get my hands on, and it's gonna be the one on the top left over here. Are you kidding me? It's got everything. I don't even know what's in it. I can't even see it. It's so tiny. There's like some pills in there. You got some eye drops, dude. I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close. Lastly, choose your weapon: a sword, a bow, a knife, a flamethrower. Now, a flamethrower would be cool, but you don't need a flamethrower. Like I said, gas is a problem. I don't think it's just straight gas in there. It's probably what, propane? Is that what it is? I don't know what flamethrowers are made of. I'm not gonna want a flamethrower. It's not practical. It's gonna be cool. It'd be really cool, but it's not practical. A sword is just a bigger version of a knife. And then a bow. I can make a bow. I can make a spear, but a spear is not as good as a sword. This is between, do I want to survive the zombies or do I want to get food when I hunt? I gotta go with the sword. I can get food in other ways. I don't need to shoot things with a bow. You're gonna trap a bunch of bunnies in a pit, and then when you need to kill them, you're not gonna use the sword because it's tainted. You just take a really big rock and I'm going with the sword. The sword. I picked the sword. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? You survived for a while, but couldn't make it to the end. Come on, why not? What did I do wrong? Hey, before you get all sad about not making it, what do you mean? I'm already sad. You put up a good fight while it lasted, but this ugly apocalyptic world was not meant for everybody. You ran out of the little last bit of fight you had left. What do you mean? What did I do wrong? I thought I did everything perfect. But you sure as hell survived longer than most, so take that as a win. I wanted to survive all the way, man. I don't care if I survived better than most. That's not the point. The point isn't to survive so long just to die. That makes me sad. That really makes me sad. I was so set on surviving this. But anyways, guys, be sure to be kind to one another because you never know who you're going to want on your zombie apocalypse team. There's going to be someone out there. Maybe you're an asshole to them. Maybe you're a big asshole to them. And they are surviving up a storm. And you want them on your side. You're like, please. Like, no, you remember that one time? You stole my juice? Stole my juice and lunch? And you're like, yeah, I do. I'm sorry, man. He's like, well, too late for sorry. He takes out his big samurai sword and just one quick swoop through your body. As you look down, it slowly starts sliding off your lower half. You regret everything because you weren't nice. Don't steal people's juice. But other than that, make sure to like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what other tests you guys want me to take. I'm thinking about switching it up a little bit too, adding a couple of things here and there. Might have some You Laugh, You Lose coming back. Might have some cooking channel reviews. We'll see. But as always, guys, thank you for stopping by. And I'll see you next time.